caught up on everything.
I hear you. I like the hat.
I love it. That was on purpose.
Oh, and have you taken it off at all?
Oh yeah, I hadn't seen it. I've been gone, so it's been on my desk, right next to the one we won last year.
There you go. You're racking them up now.
Talk about it.
Hey, have you had any time to soak in this 5A title yet?
Not really. So we do a cool little thing where all the wives and the coaches on my staff, they come over that Saturday and we watched it. We relive the game. So we watched the game on TV and we ordered some wings and some pizza and we all got to kind of sit around and talk about where our mindset was when that was going on. And the wives are laughing because they're kind of telling us, the how the stands were. And that's about all. And then Sunday, I was on my way to Mobile to get ready for the All Star game. So not really, but I will this week, man. It felt so good to see the kids. Honestly, you win a state championship with people, then you don't even get to see them. So I'm excited now that I got to see them this morning. We had a little team meeting and a devotional, and so felt good to be back in a regular routine, even though it's exam week this week. So.
Yeah. What's it like rewatching, like, because you're not really rewatching it necessarily for film, like there's not another week, like what's it like rewatching a game like that?
Well, I mean, if you want to be honest, it's probably the best game in the Super Seven, right? I mean, it came
Yeah.
down to the wire. I'm trying to think of the other ones. Right, it came down to the wire. Really good coaching. There was some really big time plays made in the game, and so uh, it was just watching it to relive the moment. We did it last year, and then the other thing is you never know where everybody's going to go. Like so, this coaching staff could disperse. Somebody could get a head coach job or whatever. So that's another time for all of us to be together with our wives and our kids, just being because it's a tight knit community here. So it was another opportunity for us to be together and laugh. Because like I said, I left for a week. I could come back and I could, my D line coach could have said, "Hey, I got the head coaching job here," and then I get an opportunity to spend with him. So none of that has happened, thank God. But just in case, just in case.
Yeah, I was about to say, you breaking some news here this morning or
No,
what?
no, I hope not. I hope no news. There's a lot of gossiping going on, but no news here. No news here.
Well, hey, we call it silly season for a reason here in December. I
Yes, sir. Yes,
mean,
sir.
reclassification, not this year, but last year, and coaching changes, the carousel, it gets crazy. You know
Yeah.
that.
You do. It does. It does. It does.
How'd you find out that you had won the Alabama Football Coaches Association 5A Coach of the Year?
Oh, they text me. Oh no, he called. I lie. He
Oh,
called.
they call.
Coach Keith Etheridge texted me and told me I won it, and I was ecstatic. We feel for the last 4 years we've had some of the best offense, some of the best defense in the state of Alabama, and we just felt like somewhere somebody is deserving. I'm thankful that I won the head coaching, the 5A head coach or whatever. But I also think that Cody Hodgins, my OC, should have won something. Like he's dynamic, man. He's done a really good job of putting people in binds and gearing to our game plan, which helps us stop people on defense. And so, so I really was the next thing I did was hang up the phone and look and see if he won. That was really the next thing I did. So hopefully here soon he'll get his recognition he deserves.
Yeah. Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, y'all, like you said it last time you were on here. Y'all keep winning. I mean, you keep winning, these things are going to come. Good things are going to come for all these guys.
Yeah. Well, we're just a bunch of nobodies trying to be somebodies.
Take me through that game. Like, I was up in the box watching it, saw the last, I don't know, 6 minutes or so on the field. Just tell me about this. First off, your defense. How well did they play to really limit Moody in that game?
Well, I mean, Moody's very explosive. That quarterback's really good. The receivers are very very well. They run good routes, and so we were just, man. I think what we were most afraid about is what they did in the second half, and that's using them big linemen to get foot to foot and kind of lean on us.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of big players, and we have some strong kids, but 4 quarters of leaning is tough. So, I mean, honestly, we just played as a unit. We lost probably our best player on defense the week before, and Joe P. Excuse me, we lost him, and so we knew we were going to cover up some spots and have to play some young guys in some places. And when you're going against Moody, a team like them, you knew that at some point they were going to try to exploit it or find it or whatever. And so we knew we had to strike fast and try to get ahead and make them play catch up, kind of get them out of a rhythm. And for the most part, it worked. They're physical, man. They're physical. Very, very big O line, very, very big D line. Well coached. It was hard to get them out of spots. Thankful, man. Just thankful.
Yeah. I'm going to look at this so I don't get any of these stats wrong. So it looked like that title game win already made you the winningest head coach at Catholic. Like Aubrey was what, 54-19 in his 6 years, I think. And I think maybe I read somewhere you're like the fastest, the 50 or something like that head coach. And I mean, you're 55-2. I mean, how? That's the question. Just how?
Really simple, all right? The people you work with and the people you're coaching. It's just that's just that simple. Can't do any of this without my coaches. They'll be the first one to tell you I demand a lot, and I'm not gonna sit back there and watch you do it. I'm gonna be right there with you. And then the players, we demand a lot out of them, and so in doing so, we create a culture, and the culture is the win, man. The culture is to be the best versions of ourselves, and even when it's not the easiest thing to do. And so, man, we've continued to prove the narrative wrong. What we can't do, what we can't do, what we can't do, and I think that we continue to show you we can do it. And so, that the recipe is simple: have great coaches and have good players.
What was the ride back to Montgomery like from Birmingham?
Hey man, I'm glad you asked that. This is the first one. This is the first time it was a little different. So, one of the things I've complained about in the state game, because I've played in the 10 o'clock game now, I played in the 2:30
Yeah.
game, and I finally have played in the late game. The late game is where it's at. Here's why:
Yep.
because you get an opportunity to celebrate with your kids. So the other games, they got to rush you out of there so
Rush.
fast so that
Mhm.
they can bring the next team in there, so they can host the next team, which makes sense. I'm not, they
Oh
got to do
yeah,
what they got to do. But the late game, there's nobody to come
that's
in.
right.
So the kids waited around on me this time, and I got to celebrate with them. I got to hug them and dance with them and be excited because you think, man, football is a 345, 350 days of 350 days you're working out of the year.
Yeah.
You might get 15 total days where you do nothing football, right? I mean, nothing.
Right.
Football. There's a lot of emotions, right? And last year when we won it, I got back to the locker room was empty. So when I finally came back from the press conference and getting stopped by this person, hey,
Yeah.
can you do this? Hey, can you do that? It's an hour went by and they ran all the kids out. So when I got to celebrate with them, I had to celebrate with our fans too and their parents. So like it was a different type of celebrating that kind of took place because all the fans are looking at you, all the people are looking at you. But
Yeah.
in the locker room, man, it was awesome. So I was so thankful that I got that moment. And the bus ride was good, man. We a lot of ride wave, a lot of ride wave, and laughing and joking and just reminiscing on some of the moments throughout the year where a kid like Giovanni Hayner when he was
Yeah.
going through what he was going through and he responds the way he did and or Harrison or Charles, whatever. There's so many kids. We just kind of reminiscing on the bus and enjoying the moment because, like I tell them, man, make you get to choose your last game. So what kind of work are you going to put in to get to choose your last game? And these are the moments it won't be the wins and the losses. It'll be these bus rides you remember the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And we made some memories. We made some memories.
Yeah. Well, and you made a good point about like how they do the 3A, 1A, 5A, and then what 4A, 2A, 6A. When I've covered these state championship games, it's always been the night game because I'm not really in the 1A through 4A deal. Like I'm at like last year at Bryant Denny, I covered that Clay Chalkville Saraland game that was classic, and
Yeah.
then after the game, like even after press conference, like we came back out on the field at Bryant Denny and shot post game content there, talking, interviewed Jalen and Bakwe on the field, and we talked about like, hey, and not too long from now, you're actually going to be playing on this field in different colors, and that was cool. And yeah, that does, I mean, it is what it is, like you said. There's no way to change that, but that is cool that y'all got that moment to
Yeah. So,
like the
so three.
building was
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah. 3A. We were the 2:30 game. 4A. We were the early game, and now we were the late game, and it was cool, man. It was running in there, jumping on your kids, and celebrating with your kids, man. You can't beat it. You can't beat it.
Was there a standout moment for you as soon as the clock was zeros and it was official? What was the moment that stands out to you?
Uh, Man, we went through a lot of adversity as a staff this year, a lot. Just Man, I don't have a set moment. Hugging Giovanni was pretty good because that actually that's my moment. Hugging Giovanni because when you think about programs and you think about some of the slander that you hear about Montgomery Catholic, I mean that kid's sat behind some really 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 good talent, and he never once quit. He never once ran from the challenge. He just stayed the
Yeah.
course. And then you look up, he's the MVP of the 5A state championship game. So that's the moment. The hugging his neck and just reminding him that what God got for you, man, can't nobody take from you. And we call it living right. When you living right, good things happen to you.
What kind of kid is he? If he's
He's
living right, what kind
a,
of kid is he?
a tough nail kid, man. He's been here all his life. His mom and is a sweetheart, does a lot for our program. Dad's highly involved in our program, and he's always been a good running back. So growing up, I've actually had him since because I was his PE teacher back in the day. I've had him,
Wow.
in PE and whatnot, and so it's just unfortunate that when you get to high school and there's a guy named Jeremiah Cobb here, right? So you have to sit behind that guy for 2 years, and then you're getting ready. It's your junior year. You're preparing for a big out breakout year because Cobb's gone, and then you pull your hamstring, and then while you pull your hamstring, a guy named Josh Griffin kind of he gets going, and he had a really good season, and we're thankful for what Josh did, and then you kind of because the groove is kind of going, you kind of get put to the kind of side, and yeah, you get some carries, and you try to make the most of your moments, and then now it's your senior year, right? Oh, let's go. It's all you, whatever, and then you get hurt again. So he got hurt in the beginning of the year, and so then we have a young guy named Josh who has another. He breaks out, he comes on the scene, he does well, but this time Gio just kept working and kept working. Never, he just kept working and kept working, and then by playoff time, they call him Playoff G now. He went off. He was toting that thing. I think he had some more rushing yards in the playoff than he had the full season. I might be. I think I'm right with that. Um, so anyway, just proud of that kid, man. Proud of him for his resiliency, man. In the world world we live in today, what happens? The kid transfers, right? He leaves, he jumps in the portal, whatever, whatever. So no, he wanted to be good for his school, his community, his friends, and he did that. And the way he ran in that fourth quarter, gosh, it's a testament of the hard work he's put in up, the last couple years.
No doubt about it. I wanted to ask you this: where does that phrase "talk about it" come from? I got to know.
Say that again.
Where's that phrase when you say "talk about it"? Where's that come from? I got to know it. I've, 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 I've heard you. I've heard you say it several times. I've got to know.
It's an inside thing, but basically, I'm gonna give you just like
Give me what you want to give me.
I'm gonna give you a brief snippet of it. It's all the things that you're thinking right now, but you're not saying it. Talk about it. Let it out. Talk about it. Get it off your chest. And so we read a lot of comments. We hear a lot of things. And so talk about it. Let it out. Let it out. So I'll
Okay.
give you that much. I'll give you that much.
I love it. I love it. So just embracing everything.
Hey man, people are gonna say what they want to say, and people are going. So at the end of the day, just talk about it. Don't be afraid. Just talk about it. Let it out.
What can that 55 and 2 back to back state titles?
Talk
What can they?
about it. Talk about it,
What?
man. Come on, talk about it.
Well, what can people say?
Oh man, you got Facebook, you got social media, you can read all the comments. They got a lot to say, but at the end of the day, we're gonna come January the whatever date we're back because I hadn't even looked yet. We're gonna head down. We're gonna start working. We're gonna start putting in work. We're gonna start putting in work. We'll be in white tees and gray shirts. I mean gray shorts, and because everybody's a nobody, and we're gonna get to work.
That's a good transition. What will this short off season be like for you? I mean, you
This is no short. This is the normal. This is no short
this
off
is the
season.
norm,
This is what we've been the last 4 years. Usually we finish about mid-December, right? And then they
right?
get Christmas break to go enjoy their families. And they know football. We might do an open gym because a couple kids want to get in there and work out because they know what's about to happen. So they don't want to go there cold turkey. And then January the 3rd, I think it is. I got a coach in here. I keep looking at January the 3rd.
Yeah,
It's it's go. It's
it's right
go.
back.
It's right back
Well,
to
well, for you, isn't I mean some stuff in your life's about to change? Yeah.
talk about it. Yeah, I'm terrified. I'm nervous. I got good men around me that have been through it. One of them's an older guy. He just turned 43, and
Okay.
he's told me how much it's going to change. And so
Get your sleep now.
we're excited, man. Baby Knox is on the way. I got a good wife. Hopefully she takes the 90% of the brood of this, and so and I'll do my 10% until they're five or whatever. Then I got it from there. So
Yeah, yeah, you handle the all the middle of the night stuff.
yeah, the diapers and yeah, man. Oh,
Dude, it's no joke. Get ready.
I
The
thought,
sleep
I thought
sleep
this was
now.
thought this was a football podcast. What's going on here? What were we
What's going on here? Well, all right, we'll go back into football. I,
doing?
I I didn't realize it until, well, I knew a little bit, but then I learned more at the Super Seven. Like I knew Jake had played at Chelsea, and then I know before you had mentioned to me, that you played at Shelby County, and I never just like melded those together. And then I asked you in the press conference about how well Jake and that kind of thing.
Coach, you kind of took it right out of my mouth, but I was going to ask you what your relationship is like with Coach Gaines, how long you've known him, and what it was like preparing for his team.
So I think I've known him since like 2000, like 1998 or something. We've known each other for a long time. He went to Chelsea, I went to Shelby County. I think, to be honest with you, it was kind of rough this week because we talk all the time, like all the time. They'll tell you. I'll reference some of the things they'll say about us, and it was just kind of weird. But brothers fight, so I knew going in this was going to be a fight. I just wanted to make sure I was standing at the end of it.
How long have y'all known each other, and how crazy was it that y'all were kind of? I mean, as head coaches, y'all were the matchup.
I mean, I've known him for a while. I'm proud of him, man. I'm proud of him because he catches a lot of slander too, man. He gets a lot of slander, and I think what he's doing there, people want to play for the kid, man. Jake's an infectious personality.
Yeah,
He makes people better, and so just watching his growth as a head coach over the last couple of years, I mean, even when he got the job, we've been texting and texting. We've done an OTA every year he's been a head
yeah,
coach, and so just excited for what he's doing and that community's thriving behind him and like I've never known that many Moody people ever. Like they are,
yeah,
they are riding behind him and that's good. That tells you what kind of person he is and that he's got the community involved. And then if the other part that nobody really has talked about is that he's the AD and then that girl's played for it as well. Like that
yeah,
girl played in the state championship. So that tells you what kind of vibes are bringing to that city. Same as ours.
yeah.
Our girls played them as well. So I'm proud of him. I don't really remember what the question was, but I know that he's a good friend, and not a lot of people I'm calling on when things happen, but he's one. He's gonna get a phone call like quick. So proud of where he was, where he is, and where he's going. So and as long as we're 5A, I know I gotta pay attention to what's going on in Moody. So
Did you ever like when you were at Shelby County? Did y'all ever play Chelsea? Did y'all
yes,
cross?
Chelsea was a rival. Chelsea was a rival of ours, and
Yeah,
so I've kind of played against him a lot. I want to say he's 2 years younger than me, and I didn't finish my senior year at I didn't finish out at Cornerstone. I mean at
right.
Shelby County. I finished out at
You went to
Cornerstone,
Cornerstone.
but growing up, baseball, football. I mean, Jake's a Chelsea legend now. He's
Yeah.
a Chelsea legend. So um, I I'm pretty sure the last time I played Jake, we won. So talk about.
That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, who got the better of who if y'all
Well,
played?
he's 2 years younger than me. I think
Younger.
once he got going though, I think Chelsea was like 6A, and we were like
Yeah.
4A, and I think it kind of went left.
Yeah,
But
those numbers
yeah,
went
I think
up.
it kind of went left. But yeah, it's always been a pretty good matchup over the years, and I don't even know if they play anymore.
I don't. They didn't this last year for
Yeah,
sure.
see, I don't because there's just so. I mean, Chelsea's huge now. They're
Yeah.
7A, aren't they 7A?
Well, they this year was their first year back in 6A. They
Okay,
spent
okay.
the previous cycle they were in 7A Region 3, and
See what
that
I'm
was
saying? Yeah. I'm worried about Montgomery Catholic there. I can't be worried about what's going on up there.
yeah. Oh, that was it. Just wasn't. Those kids are competitive. I saw them a number of times against because most of those schools are the schools I cover. Your Hoovers, your Hewitt Trustfuls, Oak Mountain, all that, and it just wasn't a fair fight. Like Chelsea's blown up, sure, but there was still a lot of catching up to do to get on that level.
Tough
And then
region, man. That's a tough region.
when they dropped back to 6A, I think maybe they even went to Region 3 and 6A. I mean, they started off this year 6-0, and then they lost their last five. The schedule got really real, but that team showed a lot, and they were really good those first six games. And then the schedule was Spain Park and Helena. They dropped one to Benjamin Russell that was kind of inexplicable. Like they got shut out. It was weird. Something was off. And then, first round of the playoffs, you get to go to Saraland.
Yeah.
Not going to happen. Just not going to happen.
Tough road.
So how much are you enjoying your time at Catholic now? What's the future goals? What do you want to do?
Win another one. What other goal is there?
That's it.
We want to continue to put out, well men. We want people that, are going out in society and doing things the right way. We want tough men. It's, this is the last line of defense we have to continue to create tough, real men. And so, I'm blessed that God has given me the ability to do it through football. This is a ministry. So, at the end of the day, we want wins, but we want to continue to put out good kids, man, good young men that come back and make me smile every week, and when they're home and they over at the house, and so that's when you know if you're doing things right when they come back. So that's the goal. So I don't know if you were asking that in another way, but that's the answer I got. Okay, yeah.
Well, we'll wrap on kind of that note. I mean, like some of these guys. I mean, what Kingston was a freshman. That's some Danny Almonte stuff right there. That kid's a freshman, man.
Talk about it.
That kid, 3 more years of that. Jeez. Yes, and I was looking at some of the Daniel Burns. He's back on the O-line next year, right? Michael Sheffield and
Bobby
BJ.
Good, J.J. Williams, Charles Chappelle, Miles Cottrey. Yeah.
So Catholic's not. Y'all aren't going anywhere.
Unless somebody got something. Unless somebody else got something to say, I don't think so. I think we're okay. We got to get back to this offseason. Ask me. Can you ask me in August?
You make them wipe the slate clean. Like, hey, get that title out of your mind. We're going for the next.
White tees and gray shorts. You're nobody. Everybody's a nobody.
Love it. I love it.
Nobody care what you've done. It's about what you're about to do.
That's it. Let's wrap with that. We'll make this just a quick check-in after the 5A title. We'll do this again down the road.
Hey, man, I'm free. You just let me know when.
I appreciate you, Coach. Congratulations on another title. You're going to have to find some room for it back behind you somewhere. You're going to have to get you a bigger shelf.
It's at the house. I would have had it, but it's at the house. I told you, man, I've been gone for a week. When we watched I'll set it up over the fireplace when we watch the game. I need to bring it back to the school before they come get me. So,
nice little spot on the mantle. That's nice.
Yeah, I got to get some ordered. I got to get the small ones ordered. So, I'm thankful, man. So thankful.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. God bless and go Knights.
Have a good one.
You too.